Hi, Kiran. Hello, everyone.
Hello, hi Dayan.
Hi,
Sorry, I
Kiran.
was a bit late. There was some issue with the internet.
Okay, no problem.
So, how are you feeling, Dayan, now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we can
So,
start.
Dayan, there is one request.
Okay.
I couldn't able to record that call. So would it be possible to repeat the Golang basic session as well?
Basics one.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Thanks for that.
Yeah. Okay. So let me start. Okay, 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, I can see.
Okay. So let me start the last session only. That was 6. Okay. Okay, so here we had discussed about the basics of Golang. Okay, so first thing is actually the introduction of the Golang. So the Golang is like designed by or developed by developers from the Google, and it was the kind of internal language of the Google. But later on, they have make it open source, and now everyone is using the Golang. Okay, so basically it is a pure static type language. It is like it is coming from the C language. It is very similar to C, and also it is very like compatible with the machines or hardware. It is like a it won't need any runtime compiler to compile the code and then the run. So what we have in the Golang extra is we have to write the code. We can just compile it after development, and then compile code will be deployed to the hardware. Okay, so we just save the compilation time during the runtime, and that's why it gives a better performance compared to other languages like Java or Node.js. Okay, also it supports the Go routine. So Go routine meaning multiple routines or multiple threads you can run at the same time. If one thread is busy in some process, then other thread can be run, and it can execute the other processes which are in the pending list or which are in the queue. So that is a another best example. It is not like Node.js. Like Node.js, you must be knowing. So that is a single thread application, meaning only one thread will be running, and all the requests will be handled by only one thread. Okay, so with the help of callbacks and all, and because of that, if you are writing some complex application, so it will be very difficult for the Node.js or JavaScript to run that. And here with the Golang, those complex applications where you have to do some extensive CPU utilization or CPU extensive application or logic you want to execute. So Golang is the perfect one, and that is the reason also the core fabric is written with the Golang. Okay, because it is a decentralized application, or you can say uh, it is running on the network. And when you run on a multiple run with the multiple servers, then of course the performance is a key. And that is the reason also the fabric is using Golang as a core language. Okay, so after that, yeah, so these are the some benefits from the business side as well as from the programmer side. So from business side, of course, if language is giving good performance, if it is able to scale up or scale down easily, and if it is able to take the load or whatever kind of logic you want to execute, if it is able to do that, of course it will be beneficial for the business. So these are some points why businesses are going on Go. So many companies are moving where they need, okay, there is a complex logic, but you need the performance also at the same time. So in those kind of scenarios, people are moving to Golang instead of using Java or Node.js. They are moving to the Golang. Okay. From the programmer perspective, or from the as a developer, of course it is easy to learn, because in our life we always the very first language which we learn is C, right? And it is very similar to C. Concepts are very similar, like and syntax is also very similar. It has some additional features, but it is really similar to C, and that is why it is easy to learn also, because straightforward concepts are there. There is no kind of oops concept which you will see, because it is static type. So those kind of confusions which you feel in the oops concepts, so those will not come here. It is straightforward. This is the variable, this is the array, this is the mark. So straightforward things will be there. Then high performance, and the best part is ability to run the code very quickly, right? So you don't need to set up any kind of large environment to run your code. You can run your code. You just write in a any kind of notebook or your editor, and then simply run it. Okay, you just run with go run and then your file name. Okay, and it is very easy. Like apart from Node.js, if you see, very rare languages are there, like which can provide these kind of running environments, right? If you take example of Java or C#, then you have to set up the complete code, then only you can run a single line of code, right? So that is not there. So here you can simply write the code, and second minute you can run the code, right? So that is the very useful feature which a language should provide. Then it signals the incorrect type user UC error during the compilation. So this one you must have also in the last session. You must have experienced this. If you are, if some errors are there in your syntax, so it's straightforward. It will tell you. It is not like on runtime when the logic will fail, then the language will give the error, just like Java or C#, right? You will get a lot of error on the runtime. Okay, on the compile time, nothing will come, right? So this is not the case. When you build the code, that time only you will get all the errors, all possible errors, which can stop your application. So all things you will get on at the single page. Okay. Then it can use for high and low level programming. Okay, and it has built-in garbage collector also. So not like other languages where especially you have to create a garbage collector, then that garbage collector will collect your unused variables and then destroy it. So here, if you are not using any variable, if you have defined that, so automatically language itself or the compiler itself destroy that variable. Okay, so these are the kind of advantages we have, or the freedom we have as a developer to use the Golang. Okay. After that, so installation we already did, so that we can skip. And this is the hello world program. So in the hello world program, you can see the total 3 parts are there. First one is package, import, and function. Okay, so package is like every Golang program which you write, so that code will be deployable as a package. Okay, so every code will go as a package. It is not like a single line or single function will go. complete code will go as a package, because before deployment we create a package file, that is tar file or binary file. Okay, then only it will be deployed to the destination. Now to deploy as a package, we have to give a package name. Okay, because whatever name we are going to give, it will be differentiated with the names only. So here we have to give a package name. In this case, we have given the package name as a main. Then after that, if you are using some libraries, external libraries, which you are utilizing to write the functions, right? So those libraries we have to import here. Those packages we have to import here. So here I'm going to use FMT. FMT is a inbuilt Golang package, which is developed by Go only. And inside the FMT, we have the print line. And like this, we have a large list, or we have a long list where like different functions are available, which we can use and we can write our own code. Okay. So since I'm using print line, that is why I have to import the FMT also, so that I can use fmt.println in the main function, right? And after that, our main function. So in the main function, you can see this is the way we write the function. So we use func keyword here, and after the func keyword, the name of the function. So in this case, the name of the function is main, and then you can open the brackets, and then you can write your logic, whatever logic you want to give. Okay.
Okay. So if function is written in something, we can specify data type as well.
Yes, yes. So you can define as a data type also. So that is also possible. Now let's run some basic codes. Okay. So let me open this. Okay. So I'm inside chaincode PDC. Okay. Okay, so here I have so we can use two commands. So one is go build, second one is go run. Okay, so if you use go build, then one package will be created, that is a binary file, and if you directly use go run, then your file will be executed. Your Go program will be executed directly. Okay, like internally it will build, and then it will run. So let's say so simply you type go run, and let's say I just run hello world.go. Okay, so this is like this is how you will get the output, whatever code you write. So here if you see in the code, I have written something like this. Where is my hello world? This one. Okay, so whatever output you want to have, so this is just a print line. So print line is doing the it is just printing out whatever string or whatever number you give here. Okay, so this is how your hello world or the very first program will look like. Okay, after that, the next we have the data types in Go. Okay, so data type is like a similar, like data type is by the type of the data, like which can hold a value. So basically whatever variables we are going to create in the Go, so all the variables will have the data types which will define, okay, this is the type of your variable. Okay, now in the Go we have total 4 types. So first one is basic type. In the basic type, like all your numbers, string, booleans, these will come inside this particular category. Okay, so numbers are like your numbers, integers, strings, whatever string you write, and the boolean like true and false. Then we have aggregate type. So in the aggregate type, array and struct will come. Struct meaning structure. Okay, so that will see how you can create a structure also. Array you already aware of. Then reference type. In the reference type we have pointers. Okay, pointers, slices, maps, functions, and channel. So these are the This will come inside the reference type. Okay, so function also you can use as a data type in the Go. Okay, so and after that interface. So interface is a also a type. Interface basically a collection of methods. So if you are writing some methods, and if you want to create an interface, like everything should come in a one go. So you can create an interface and you can execute your methods. Okay. For data types, to explain the data types, I have one example. I think, let me check it out. Data types. Okay. For data, for values I have. Okay, and variable also. Okay, no worries. So in variables you will get, okay, this is the uh, string. Here we have the numbers, then boolean, right? Then if you want to have you want to print out the data type, so that will also come. So let's run this variable part. So variables, as you know, like variable is the placeholder which can hold some value. Okay, so which can store some value in your memory. Now in the Golang, there are some rules to define a variable, okay, or to give a name to a variable. Okay, and just remember this, because when you write the code, these are the rules which you have to keep in mind. The very first is variable name must begin with a letter or an underscore. Okay, it cannot be start with the number. Okay, so it can contain the number, but it cannot start with number. Okay, so that is the one point which you have to remember. It can start with the underscore or any kind of letter. Then your name of the variable will be case sensitive. Okay, so let's say if you are writing something, like you are giving a variable name is employee. Okay, and if that is in capital letter, and if another variable, if you create employee in a small letter, so there are two variables, not a single one. Okay, because it is a case sensitive, right? Then keywords are not allowed to use as a variable name, so that is common for every language. Then there is no limit on the name of the variable, but it is advisable to use optimum length. Okay, so 4 to 16 or 4 to 15 letters, that is a kind of advice length of the variable which is given by the Go. Okay, but you can have as long as uh, the name. Okay, that is up to you, but only one very important thing is it should not start with zero. Oh, sorry, it should not start with the any number. Okay,
Number.
that is the condition, because if you start with any number, then it will give you error. Okay, so here this is the one example. In this example, we are creating first variable, that is the variable type is a string. Okay, so specifically we don't need to give a kind of, okay, this variable is a type string or not, or int. Okay, for a string, it is, if you are putting the value in the string, by default it will understand this particular variable is a string. Okay, then for integer, of course, you have to type the integer. Okay, like a int. Then for boolean also, and by default it will understand. Okay, and at the last, if you see here, you don't need to this is a very short form to declare define and declare define and assign the value to the variable. Okay, so we are creating a variable f, and we are assigning the value also to it, that is apple. And here you no need to use var keyword. Okay, as well as you have don't need to define the type also. Okay, so this is a short form of defining and assigning a value to a variable. Okay,
Yes.
if you run this, so here it is variables, sorry. Okay, so this is the output which you will get. So initial, then 1 2, then d is equal to true, so it will print out the boolean true. Then var e int, you are not giving any value to it, so by default it will take 0. Okay, it will not take null. Okay, so just remember this. And lastly, apple. Okay, after
So
that,
is it a Git repository there? This Go example?
no, this I have just collected
You have
from multiple. I have.
okay.
So
Can you
I
share?
think I have uploaded on Git also. I will share the
Oh,
link.
okay. Let me check.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will give you the link.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Next, we have the constant. Okay. So just like in other languages, also like in Node.js, we have the constant. So constant meaning if a particular value you are assigning to a variable, so that cannot be changed. Okay, that is a first property of your constant. Okay, so when we use constant, when we are 100% sure, okay, our variable values will not change. Okay, so in that case we use the const keyword. Okay, after that we have the decision making. So in the decision making, as you know, like if an else condition comes in the decision making, so just like other languages, we have the if and else conditions in the Golang also, and we can use in multiple ways. The if and else condition we can use in multiple ways. So like simply you can use a single if, then you can use if and else. Like if you are using single if condition, then only one condition would be there. If that condition is fulfilled, your code will go inside the bracket. Not, then it will go outside and then run the other code. If you are using if else condition, so if total two conditions will be there, it will first check for first condition. If that condition is not matched, then it will go to else part, and then it will execute the else one. The nested if, so basically nested if is if inside if. Okay, so if you are having multiple if conditions, so it will first check the first condition. If it is fulfilled, then it will go inside. Then again any if condition, if that is fulfilled, it will go inside. If not, it will just execute the other line of code. Okay, so let's check it out with the example. So here, yeah, this is the example of is if else. Okay, so in this example, what I'm trying to do here is, the first example here is the if. Okay, then so in here what we are trying to do is we are just giving a condition. If this condition is fulfilled, then the output which we will get is 8 is divisible by the 4. Okay, and then this is example of if else. Okay, so in the if else, basically two conditions are there. If first one condition is not fulfilled, then it will come to second one, and at the last we are having the if else if. Okay, and also you can write the nested if also, like inside if you can write another if. Okay, so that is also you can write and have as a nested if. Okay, so as output, if you want to run, simply go run if else go, so you will get the output here. Okay,
yeah,
after that we have the loops. Okay, so in the Hyperledger, in the Golang, we have only one loop, that is for loop. Okay, so only one type of loop you will get in the Golang, that is the for loop. Will not get multiple loops, type of loops, but of course the for loop we can use with the with different types or in different ways. Okay, so basically it can be used as a simple for loop also. It can be used as an infinite loop. It can be used as a while loop. as a map, so you can use in multiple ways. Okay, loop, obviously the keyword you are going to use, that is for only, but the functionality you can develop, or you can use in multiple ways. Okay, how it can be used? So let's take out the example here. So I have the for here. Okay, so the very first here is very simple loop. Okay, so this one is very simple loop. It just go till 6 and it will just print it out. So let me just comment it out, this one. So go run for. Okay, so this is very simple loop. It just print it out from 1 to 6. Then second we have is, okay, this one is my second type. In the second type, you can see this is the condition based. Okay, so it will be starting from the 7, second condition, it will go till the condition, and then every time it will just plus gj and the j with the 1. So if you just save it, you will get 7, 8, 9. Okay, based on the condition. Now third one we have is the infinite loop. Okay, I'm using one break here. Let's say if I'm not using break, so it is an infinite loop. So what will happen is it will run at time.
Okay.
Until unless I just interrupt it. Okay, so better to use a break point here, so that your code should not break here. Okay, now after that we have a for loop, and inside that we are using the if condition. Okay, so basically here what two keywords I am using, one is break, second one is continue. So when break is like a, if you are using a break, then if your loop is running, okay, and if it finds a break keyword in between, so complete loop will be stopped. Okay, and if you are using continue, then only one iteration will be stopped. Okay, other iteration of the loop will continue. So this is the example of your continue. Okay, so it will type 1, 3, 5 only. You can see here, right? So for the conditions which are fulfilled by this if condition, for them it will not print anything, but for others it will print the 1, 3, and 5. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we have, lastly we have the nested for loop. Okay, so one loop and inside that another loop. Okay, so it will look something like this. Okay, this was the error that day also it was coming, and now also it is coming. Something is wrong in this syntax, but I am not able to find out why, what, because it is not giving any error also, and it is like logically it is all correct also. Okay, so anyway, but this is how you can write the nested for loop.
I think error is on the above line 30, it's showing some sort of red marker there.
But that should not. Something is wrong here.
Okay.
Fine. Anyway, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll try to take that out.
Yeah. After that, we have next is switch statement. Okay, so if you have multiple statements, and out of which if you want to select only one based on the condition or based on the case, then we can use the switch statement also. So switch statement suppose two types. First one is expression switch, second one is type switch. Okay, so the expression switch is something like this. So I have the example of first is expression switch. So this is like, let's say you are having a condition or case. Okay, so like you have the cases from 1 to 7. Okay, so based on the number, so based on the expression, basically day is an expression. So based on the number, it will print out the, in this case it will print out the Thursday. Okay, so let's say something like this. So go run and expression switch like this. Okay, and second type we have is the type. Okay, so first just get the type of the your value, and then based on that you can just print out the case. Okay, so here it will just with the switch condition line number 11, we are just finding out the type of the value. Okay, and based on the value type, we will just check it out the case. So if it is a boolean, or it is a float, int, or default. Okay, so here, so go run type switch go. Okay, so the value of type is nil. Okay, so why it is coming nil? Because it is an interface, and for interface we have not given anything.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how you can use the switch also in two ways. After that, okay, this is it. We had completed till this point that day.
Yeah.
Okay, so after this we have some. Okay, so after this we have the functions, methods, struct, array, slices, maps, pointer, interface, JSON, REST APIs, error handling. Okay, so these topics we'll see in this particular session.
Yes.
Okay, so first one is a function. Okay, so function is what? Like function is the collection of statements. Okay, so basically whatever logic we write, that logic we write in the statements, right? So it can be like, if you are doing a plus for with two numbers, or if you are writing some if you are printing some string, or if you are doing any logical things, so that we write in a form of statements. Okay, and the collection of a statement would become a function. Okay, so that function, we always give a name to a function, and that function can be used at multiple places. So when we write the code, we always try to write the reusable functions. Okay, for example, if I'm writing a function of doing a plus for two numbers or more than two numbers, so I will write a function, that plus function, and then that function in my complete code base I can use at multiple times. I can use multiple places. Right? So that is how we write the reusable functions, to just reuse the code instead of writing the code again. Okay, so that is the main importance of functions we have, and it is common for all the languages. Okay, it is not like different in something different in Go, so it is common in every languages. So here I have, so functions we already seen, but I think some okay, for functions we not having anything anyway. Okay, so for function, I think every code has a function. Okay, so it's not a big deal. Then next topic we have is the methods. Okay, so Go methods are very similar to Go functions. Okay, only one difference is the methods can contain a receiver argument in it. Okay, so the syntax you can see here. So here you can give the receiver name also and type. Okay, so whoever is calling that function, okay, so we can have the receiver name also, and the method which you are going to type. So we are going to use the name func only. After that, we'll give the name of the type of the receiver, and then we'll give the method name. So how it will be? So let's have a look in the example. So something like this. Okay, so package and fmt. Then I have created a structure here. Okay, so structure. This is how we create the structure. Okay, this is very important. When you write the chain code, you will have to write the structure also for all your assets. Okay, so whatever assets you are going to create in the Hyperledger Fabric, for all the assets you have to create the structure also. So structure is basically a kind of collection of your keys and values, okay, which you are going to have in your asset. Okay, so here let's say one author is there. An author will have the fields name, branch, particles, and salary. Yeah, salary. Okay, so basically not particles, articles. Okay, so this is one structure. Now if I want to write a method for it, okay, so this is how you can write the method. So to write the method, we are writing as a func keyword, then a, then author, and show. Okay, so basically author is my the type, okay, and a is my method name, and then the same thing I can use it here.
Okay, so in the bracket, basically we are passing the parameters to that function,
Yes,
like
yes.
a as
This is
author.
this is my is my method name. So simply I can just use as a dot name. Okay, so and this is author is my structure. This is my type. Okay, so this is how you can simply use it, and this is how we'll use in our chain code writing also. So in chain code you will find very similar thing. Okay, where we are just first defining a structure and then creating the methods. Okay, so let's run this. Go run methods.go. Okay, so this is how basically you are just assigning author name as Sona, branch CAC, published articles 203, salary is 34,000. Okay, so likewise you can whatever like whatever input or whatever values you want to give here, you can just give it here. Okay, after that we have the structure. So the structure I have just explain you. So structure is a user defined type. Okay, so that allows us to kind of group the items. Okay, so which can be in a different types or which can be in a similar type also. So the best example, if you see here in the samples, if you see, and we were looking at one chain code that day, right? So the fab car chain code. So in the fab car chain code also, I had created one structure for our car, right? So if you see here, this structure I had created. Okay, so this structure has make, model, color, and honor, right? Then it has a type, and it has a different like additional thing is that is a JSON. Okay, why it is having additional thing? Because these are the values which will come from the external source. Okay, here in this case we have not defined any JSON here. Okay, why we have not defined? Because the values will come internally here from here itself. Okay, it's not coming from any external source, but in this case the values will come from external source. Okay, in the external source I have to pass the values in this format only. Okay, make so my argument name should be make only in the small letters. Okay. Then model, then color and honor.
So it's a kind of mapping that we are defining.
Right. So it's kind of mapping which we are doing here. Okay. After that, yeah. So this is the type. This is the example of the structures. Okay. I think we have another example also for structure. Let me check it out. So structure as struct. This is another example. So here what I'm doing is I'm defining an address structure where we address at name, city, pin code. Okay. Then we have the main function. So this structure we can use at multiple places. Okay. So here I'm defining a variable that is address. Okay. And so here the variable which I'm defining here, variable name is A, but type is address. Okay. So remember this, type is address, name is A.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I'm giving a type address, then the complete structure will be having type A. So if I print print line A, just check it out. What will be, what is going to print it. So go run and struct one. Okay. So here, sorry, here, the first one is 0. Okay. Why it is printing 0? Because we have not given anything here. That is why it is giving 0. Okay. Correct.
Yeah.
So complete structure we have given as a type here for a variable. Now I will assign values to this variable. Okay. So this is how you can assign the values. Okay. So when you assign the values, so basically new variable I'm creating A1, and I'm just using the address structure and I'm assigning three values: Akshay, Dehradun, and number. Okay, so it will go on the place of name, city, and pin code. And secondly, you can check it out here: Akshay, Dehradun, and number. And here we are printing out line number 27. Correct?
Yeah.
Second is you can initialize something like this only, this also. Okay, where you can initialize with a proper mapping. So instead of giving direct values, you can give the keys also. Okay, and third, you can assign in a single structure also, and you can keep it other things you can keep blank. So only Delhi will be assigned and other will come as a 0. Okay, so this is how you can use the structures in the Golang. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so 1 minute. I just push this code also so you can also check it out. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
So next we are having the arrays. Okay, so arrays are very similar. Okay, so very similar to what we have seen in the other languages. So array is basically a collection of same data types. Okay, so if you want to create a collection, let's say some items are there. Okay, or some marks like numbers are there for a particular student. So we will create a kind of list which has the same type. Okay, also a fixed length. Okay, same type and fixed length. So remember these two keywords. Whenever you are going to create an array will have same types and same fixed length.
Length. Yes.
Okay. So here with the example, okay, anyway, Stop. Okay, fine. So I just give you the link also after the this one. So for array, we have, I think, very first example here. Okay, so this is one example with the array. Okay, so first what I'm going to create is I'm creating an array of length 7. Okay, then I will assign the values to it. Okay, so first let me run it here and only, so it will be easy to understand. Say go run array.go. Okay, so first output you can see line number 8. Okay, so first we have created an array, so with the variable a. Okay, array is length is 7 and type is integer. Okay, so here you can see when I print it out on line number 8, so you will get something like this: 0 0 0 0 0 7 times zeros. Okay, why 7 times 0? Because we have not assigned any value to array index. Okay, now on line number 10, what I'm doing is I'm just assigning the values. Okay, so on index number 4 I'm assigning 100. So basically index number 4 meaning if you count it will be on position 5th. Why 5th? Because array index start from 0. So 0 1 2 3 4 and so on. Okay, and at 0 I am putting 5. So you can see this is the line number 12 print line. What it will print? 5 from line number 11, 0 0 0 nothing, then on 5th position 100. Okay, after that if you want to print out a particular index, okay, let's say a4, so you will get 100 here, line number 13. Okay, now on line number 15 if you want to find out the length of your array, okay, so simply you have to use the keyword len and your array name, so you will get the complete length of your array. So length is 7. Okay, after that line number 17. Okay, so here I am creating another array. Okay, length is 5, type is integer, but this time I am assigning values also. Okay, while declaring I am assigning the value. Okay, so if I print out the b line number 18, so I will get 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so initialization and declaration both are happening. Sorry, initialization and assignment both are happening at the same time. Okay, then if you want to create a 2-dimensional array, okay, so this is the way you can write or you can create a 2-dimensional array. So basically first dimension would be 2 and second would be 3. Okay, so basically 2 by 3, we are creating 2 by 3. Okay, so 2 by 3 will look something like this.
It can be multi-dimensional as well.
Yes,
right?
yes, it can be. Yes. Okay, so this is how you can create 2-dimensional. 3-dimensional also you can create. Okay, so this is example of an array. Fine. After that we have slices. Now in this example which we have seen for array, we cannot change the length of the array, right? but slices are like a very similar to array, but you can change the length of a slice. Okay, right now let's say you have created a slice which has length 7, and then after a function you need, okay, I need to increase the size of the slice, so you can easily do that. In array you cannot do that. Okay, in slices you can do that. That's why in Golang, whenever a programmer or a developer writes the code, he uses slices more than arrays, only because of slices can be modified. Slices can be the length can be modified. Okay, so for slices I have the here example. So here, just look at here, very similar to array. You can see here how you can define a slice. So basically, s is your name of slice, then make is the keyword. Okay, and here type is a string, and here you're not giving anything. Okay, so let's print it out. Go run slice. Okay, so
No, I think that output is below. That was earlier example output.
okay, sorry.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, here. So this is the one. Okay, so first what it did on line number 8, what it did is it created a slice. Okay, but nothing is there. Okay, because
Okay,
I
in
have
case
not
of
assigned.
array, it was showing 7 times 0, but
Yes,
not in this
yes,
case.
yeah. So by default, because see, by default it will create the index. Okay, whether you assign the value or not, it will create an index. But here it is not creating any kind of index. Okay, that is why it is we are able to modify these slices. Okay, after that I'm assigning the values. So on the place of S0, 1, 2, in the slices also the index will start from 0 only. Okay, after that 13 and 14 you can see here, set and get. Okay, similarly we can get the length of these slices with the help of len. And after that, if you want to change the if you want to add any new kind of, or if you want to modify the length of your slice, if you want to add some new values to it. Okay, so with the help of append keyword you can do that. Okay, so simply you have to just use append keyword here and give the name of your slice and the value which you want to append. Okay, so you can see here apd is this one. Okay, so basically I have appended total 3 values, d, e and f. So it is printed here, d, e and f. Okay, after that, let's say if you want to copy something. Okay, so for copy what you have to do is you have to use copy keyword, and you can copy complete slice into a different slice on a new slice. Okay, so basically we are copying S to C. Okay, after that, let's say if you want to filter out your values. Okay, so that you can do with something like this. This is the index. 2 and 6 are the index. Okay, so let's say if you want to print the numbers or print the values starting from 2 index to 6 index. Okay, only in between these 2 indexes. So how you can do this? This is the way. So if you see SL1 here, SL1, it is printing from CDF. Okay, so from index 2 to till index 5. Okay, 6 it will not include.
Okay.
Okay, so in between this, if you want to print it out, you can do that. Then line number 29, if you don't give a starting point, so it will start from the 0 and then it will go till 5. Okay, then if you don't want to give the end, okay, So, and if you want to give the start, so it will start from second index, and then it will print the complete values. Okay, whatever it has, complete length. Okay.
Yes.
Then
Yeah.
we have DCL. So if you want to create a slice and then if you want to assign the values, so simply you can assign that. And if you want to create a two-dimensional slices, so this is the way you can create a two-dimensional slices. It's very similar to your array.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is all about the slices. So next we have how many maps, pointer, interfaces. Okay, so we'll continue on Monday then.
Yeah, sure. So
Okay.
can you share that
Yeah.
examples as well?
Just giving you 1 minute. This is this is the one. I just make this public.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, done.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, fine then. So we'll meet on Monday then.
Sure. Thanks, Dale.
Yep. Thanks everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye.